Okay. All righty. So a couple minutes late, but we're going to start now. Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to the Woodbury Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. Would you please rise for a pledge to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. This is the Woodbury Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. We meet monthly, the second Wednesday of the month. Our next meeting will be November 11th. I'd like to introduce you to our board members. We have Mr. Andrew Zumas, Mr. Joseph DiVenuto, Mr. Kevin Abrams, Mr. Craig Brady. I'm Karen Ungerer. Our counsel is Mr. Robert Dickover. Our recording secretary is Jessica McLennan. And our wonderful tech person is Mayor Timothy Egan. So welcome, everybody. Our agenda, we have no executive session this evening. Has everybody read the minutes from September 9th? Do I have a motion to accept those minutes as written? You guys might need to unmute yourself, Joe and Andrew.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? I'll have to make a roll call because we're on Zoom. Andrew, how do you vote?
Aye.
Joe?
Aye.
Craig?
Aye.
And who did I miss?
Aye.
Kevin. You just, my pictures are moving all over the screen here. And I vote aye. Okay, minutes are accepted. All right, no new business. We have action on decisions. Martinez, review decision for an area variance per denial of building permit to permit the construction of an 18 by 36 in-ground pool accessory structure in a side yard, whereas pursuant to section 310-11C, an accessory structure is only permitted in the rear yard. Said property is located in the R1A zoning district at 8 Clinton Alley in Central Valley with a mailing address of 8 Clinton Alley, Monroe, New York, 10950, is known on the Village of Woodbury tax maps as section 254, block 2, lot 67.2. We met last month. We have a decision here. The decision is as follows. After hearing the testimony at the public hearing and considering the materials received by the board, and after viewing the subject site and employing the balancing test set forth in Village Law section 7-712B, letter C, the board hereby grants the variance as requested upon the following conditions, if any, and there are no conditions. So this was a favorable decision. I'll do a roll call for the vote. Craig, how do you vote?
Aye.
Andrew?
Aye.
Joe?
Aye.
Kevin?
Aye.
And I vote aye. So, Mr. Martinez, I think I saw you somewhere on this screen. There, no?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay, so got your pool.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you. All right, have a good night, everybody.
Thank you. You too.
Enjoy it. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, public hearings. We have public hearing for Burke. Public hearing for a special permit to allow for a second dwelling unit for an additional family member within the existing single-family dwelling pursuant to section 310-35 of the Village Code. The applicant includes a proposed addition to be used as a bedroom and conversion of an existing 3-season room to a kitchen. Said addition is 210 square feet, will not exceed the permitted expansion of existing finished area, which is a maximum of 25%. Said property is located in the R2A zoning district at 26 Pine Hill Road in Highland Mills, is known on the Village of Woodbury tax maps as section 218, block 2, lot 58. Is the applicant here? I need to look all over my screen here. Is Mr. or Mrs. Burke here? Or anyone representing Mr. or Mrs. Burke?
You have to unmute yourself. Gina Mantaneo.
Oh, okay.
Could you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. Frank Burke and Gina Burke are present.
Okay.
I'm sorry. And my mother, Mary Mantaneo's here too.
Okay, thank you. So you submitted some plans here. So basically what you want to do is add a bedroom and use the existing 3-season room, install a full kitchen in it.
Yes,
Now, the plans that you gave, if I'm looking at it, is Pine Hill Road on the bottom of the plans? Is that how that,
yes.
okay. That kitchen area, is that, are you putting new siding up or something? Because it looks
Yeah.
like,
Yes, well, it's, we ordered the siding. We're just putting new siding around the portion that we worked on. The rest of the house is staying, with the old siding that's on there. We're just finishing it when it comes in, the siding. The new, it's all the same.
okay, so where you're putting the siding is not a new addition. It was there, you're just putting new siding on it.
Exactly. It was always there. We're just redoing the siding on it.
Okay, because I was a little confused with the new construction, old construction when I saw the,
No, that's old. That's been there. That was
okay.
bought the place.
So let me just ask a few questions here. The ingress, you have egress out of kitchen, bedroom, and knitting room, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have any more questions. Anybody else have anything to say about this? Anybody have anything to add?
So Frank, when I drove by your house on the right side, as I'm looking at your house, that's not new construction with a Tyvek wrap, where that Tyvek wrap building, that's not new construction. That's not the three.
No,
Where's
that's the 3-season room, but that room was always there. We just redid it. You know, we updated the roof. The roof was collapsed. We put a new roof on it. We put new plywood on the outside, but basically that room was always there.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing, Andrew. That's why I asked about that.
And the new construction is going to be on the back of the house, Frank?
Just a room on the back of the house, yes. The bedroom.
Anything else, Andrew?
Yeah, so is it going to be above grade or below grade in the back of the house?
Everything's above grade in the back of the house.
It's the slope of the property.
Yes. So if you walk behind the house, that room, you can, the height is at the level of the grass. So it's up about 7 foot above that, but it's all above grade, the whole back.
And your mother-in-law is going to be living with you full time?
Yes, she's sitting right here. Yes, she's in the upper level right now on the first floor. She's going to be moving down, and we're coming in on the upper level. So we'll be on the first floor. She'll be downstairs in the basement area.
Anybody else have anything to ask or clarify?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
may we have the name of his mother-in-law that will be occupying?
It's Mary Mantineo. Mantineo.
And you said that she's your mother-in-law, is that correct?
Yeah, she's on the title of the deed and everything of the house too.
Anything else, Mr. Dickover?
Just to confirm that the new construction is less than 1,000 square feet of floor area,
Yes.
and it's less than 25% of the existing floor area of the principal home now.
I believe so.
Do you have a rough idea how much what size the new addition is going to be?
I think it's 214 square feet,
214 square foot.
around that ballpark.
Very good. I don't have anything further, thank you.
Anyone else have anything to add?
I'm good.
Is there any member from the public wish to speak to this application?
Madam Chair, do you think we need a motion to open the public hearing?
To open it? I thought once we, for the public, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. Do I have a motion to open the public hearing to the public?
I thought it was open.
I did too.
So moved.
Okay. I have a second? I'll second it.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, is there any member of the public who wishes to speak to this application? Okay, is there anybody from the board who wishes to ask the applicant any further questions, or Mr. Dickover have any concerns or questions? I
Right.
know,
The only issue here, Madam Chair, is that this did require a 239 referral.
yeah, I saw that.
It
It
was,
was dated September 30th, so we have till the end of the month if we don't hear.
right. And I'm not aware that you've received a response from the county, so the matter
not
can't
yet.
be closed this evening.
So, Mr. Burke, because you are within 500 feet of Smith Clove Road, which is a county road,
Yes.
we need to get county input on this. Usually it'll be local determination, or if there's any problem, they'll let us know. We have to wait for that to come back from the county before we can close the public hearing and make a decision. We haven't heard back from the county at this time, so we will leave the public hearing open until we hear.
But you know what, Karen? That's going to put him out 2 months
Right.
fooling around with this.
Talk to Mr. Dickover about that, because I don't know what to do.
You know how many times we've done a decision subject to that coming in before we vote? I don't think it's fair that we should make him wait 2 months.
Can we do a draft decision, Mr. Dickover? And then if it comes back or with the local determination or doesn't come back, we can still make the decision next month?
I can do that. We would prepare a draft decision granting the permit.
Pending
And
county.
you could then, it would refer to the referral to the county. And we can circulate that if you want in the meantime, and the board could act on it next month.
Okay,
That's what I think we should do. I think
Everyone-
that's fair.
yeah, I agree with you. Because we've done that before. The county seems to be a little slow in responding.
Right.
And I personally don't see any impact of this mother-daughter on county road.
I don't think so either.
So, does anybody have a comment on that from the board?
I'm fine with that.
So,
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
do we need to make a motion to, well,
Yeah, the motion would be that council to the board be directed to prepare a draft decision granting the requested permit for consideration and action at the next month meeting. A member of the
And-
board would like to adopt that motion, as I stated, they could do so.
I would.
do we
Yes.
keep the public hearing open then?
Have to.
Yes.
So the public hearing is not closed, but we're doing a draft decision as Andrew made a motion, as Kevin made a motion for.
And Andrew seconded.
And I second it.
All right. You got that, Jess?
Yep.
Roll call.
Okay, so all in favor of this motion? Andrew, how do you vote?
Aye.
Greg?
Aye.
Kevin?
Aye.
Joe?
Aye.
And I vote aye. So what we'll do, Mr. Burke, is that we will, our council will drop a draft decision in favor of the variant, the special permit that you're requesting. We will wait for the 230, this piece of paper back from the county. If it's local determination, or if we do not even hear before the deadline, we can still proceed.
Okay.
So next month, I don't see any problem at this point unless the county comes up with some bizarro notification. We will read the decision and then it would be final,
Okay.
which is what we would normally do anyway. So we're just waiting for the 239 before we can close the public hearing is basically what's happening.
So I can't do nothing until I find that out, or, I mean, I'm on
Basically,
a-
yeah. But that would have been the,
That would have been,
that's what would have happened anyway. We're just moving it up a month so that, you know, we don't have to wait till next month to do the draft decision and the next month read it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
All right,
have a good night.
Thank you, everybody.
all
Have a
right.
good evening, Mr. Burke.
All right. Thanks.
Have a good night.
All right. Do we need a motion to keep this public hearing open till the next meeting, Mr. Dickover?
Yes.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Record. Let it be everybody voted aye. Okay. Second public hearing for the evening. I'm sorry, someone have a question? No? Okay. Public hearing, I think it's Kazanet, I'm not even sure how to say this.
Cabinet.
Kazanet.
Yeah.
Public hearing for an area variance to permit the conversion of a pre-existing non-conforming use vacant warehouse to a single-family dwelling pursuant to section 310-6B and 310-7. A minimum of 10,000 square foot lot area is required with a minimum front yard of 25 feet, a minimum side yard of 10 foot, a minimum rear yard of 30 feet with a maximum lot coverage of 35%, combined side yard of 20 foot and minimum lot width of 75 feet. Said property has an existing lot area of approximately 3,271 square feet with a front yard of 16 feet to the edge of the pavement. One side yard has 0 feet, a rear yard of 2 foot with lot coverage of 39%, combined side yard at 13 feet and a lot width at 56 feet. Said property is located in the R.25A zoning district at 39 Park Avenue in Highland Mills and is known on the Village of Woodbury tax maps as section 220, block 5, lot 44. Is the applicant present this
Yep.
evening? Mr. Hodges?
Yep.
Okay. So basically, what you have is a warehouse that I guess you purchased at one point and you had a business in it, and in
Yes.
2008, the business basically, went under.
Yeah.
And was by special permit. The village is not willing to renew that special permit. And because it's in a residential area, it's a pre-existing non-conforming warehouse that you need to confirm to make it compliant with the zoning. And so you can sell it so that you can,
Yes.
pay off your taxes and take care of everything that you need to take care of.
Yes.
Let me just get the right paperwork here.
But it's looking for a lot of variances, okay?
Okay. Yeah, it looks that way.
I don't see no driveway. I don't.
Well, did that little road that goes toward the bridge, I don't think it has a name, or does it?
It does.
It does.
And that's a right of way for houses in the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
There's also a pad there where you can park a car next to
Yeah,
that. So,
yeah. So what you basically want to do is on the first floor, put the garage,
Yep.
living area, and then upstairs, everything else.
Correct.
Before I say anything, does anybody have anything to say about this?
I would just ask Mr. Hodges, are you planning to make these renovations or is this a kind of a
No,
blank
it's
proposal?
contingent on getting
We
this,
are.
I could sell it.
Yes.
Hi,
Hi,
Hi.
my name is Patrick Gallagher.
And
This
I'm-
is Chris Clapper.
Hi.
We're listed as, I think, interested party or contracted party. And we're looking to do the renovations. That's it.
We want to turn it into a living space, and we live in Brooklyn right now. We're looking to buy that building and renovate it.
And it's just it's a beautiful building. Just we're really excited to.
Now, you gonna live there?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, we live in a warehouse right now in Brooklyn, which is why this kind of structure is appealing to us. And we've been in Brooklyn for 26 years. So we've been looking for a small building exactly like this that we could then turn into our living space. And Patrick is a licensed contractor here in New York. So we know how to do all of this.
Anybody else have anything to say? That's very interesting.
And we're artists, so that's also like what downstairs, we would, make.
Like your little studio type
Yeah.
thing. The rendering that you showed, the picture, is that similar to what you plan to do?
Yeah.
Yes.
It looked very nice.
Thank you.
Anybody else have anything to question?
It's currently a two-story building.
Correct.
Yes.
And where is the place where you'd be able to park your car, Mr. Hodges? Because I'll tell you, I drove by yesterday. It actually looks even more deceiving. It doesn't even look like you have 16 feet to the front of the road. It looks like it's right up against the front of the road. Where is there?
At the end of where the garage door is, there's a concrete pad there next to the right of way for that road.
I saw it when I drove in. When you drive up that right of way, Andrew, on the left, you'll see like a cement,
Okay.
I guess it's called.
Well, it appears the intention is to park the car in the garage.
Yeah, I would think.
I mean, I certainly don't object to fixing the place up. I mean, it really is an eyesore.
Well, I know somebody commented that there were, a lot of variances requested, but this is a pre-existing building. So the way I'm looking at it is you either leave it the way it is, which could easily become an eyesore over time, and nothing would change as far as setbacks or, boundaries, or you could fix it up and make it look good and actually have somebody use it. That's just my personal opinion.
I mean, the drawing that they have, it looks really nice.
Yeah, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
I remember when Sal was in this building with his paint.
The window? Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it even become conforming residential if you knocked it down? If it was completely empty, would the lot even be able to become conforming? Does the math even work?
I don't think so.
Tiny house.
Not anyhow.
No, simply by virtue of the setbacks required. There's no way you could demolish it and build anything on that piece of property. It's too small. It's simply too small.
Yeah, I think everything, that factory, that warehouse was there and then everything went up around it. And now there's nothing left for it to expand.
Well, wasn't that the old fishing supply?
That was across the street.
That was
Across
across,
right
okay.
But probably at one time it was associated with Leonard Rod.
I thought it was. Which is part of,
Right to the right of the other, right to the right of the right of way.
Correct.
right.
Anybody?
So,
I have a quick question about the backyard, the rear yard. It says on the thing in red marker that it's 2 feet, but if you go to the opposite side, it looks.
It's the stream that runs down, and that's why it's like a triangular.
Yeah.
But it does get bigger as it gets to the other side where the garage.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
So
but you have to measure from the shortest.
approximately what, 12, 16 feet there?
Yes,
So it's better than the 2 foot backyard.
yes,
But that's
yes.
just the corner, the back corner.
Some of that probably goes into the right of way to the houses and back here, but still, it counts. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I think it counts. What happened to my? Anybody else from the board have any questions to either the contractor or the owner of the building? Do I need to make a motion to open public hearing to the public? I'll make that
Yes.
motion.
I
And
second
Greg
it.
Greg seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak to this application?
Just let the record reflect, I don't see any comments on the chat feature on the Facebook page, nor any chat features on the Zoom website either.
Okay,
I think most people will just be happy to see it fixed up.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's really gone downhill in the last 10 years.
It's in surprisingly good shape though for its age. Outside,
Oh,
anyway, I don't know what the
definitely.
inside looks like.
they didn't build them, they don't build them like that.
It's 1914.
1914.
So.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
gonna make that little thing pop out.
And the bottom line is, if that has survived everything that's gone on around the area with the stream and everything else, then It's solid as a rock.
Yes. There's no indication in there that there's any structural issues whatsoever.
Yeah, we had an inspector come through and he said it was in fantastic shape.
Awesome.
Great.
Great.
I'll make do we need anything, or can I make the motion that we close the public hearing?
Not yet.
Not yet. So we need
Not
to
yet.
determine that this is local determination based on,
Is that a county road?
It's more than 500 feet from Route 32, which
it
is,
is much, yeah, it's much more.
um,
So I will let council,
Well, the matter was referred to the county on September 30th. I'm not sure, based on what you just said, what the basis of the referral was.
Maybe does it have to do with that stream back there?
It may.
No.
If the stream is managed by the county as a drainage improvement or by the state, it would be subject to a referral.
I think perhaps Maria wasn't sure, so she sent it in. I don't know.
that stream, I can never remember the sign that's posted there about the stream. That may be what it is.
Yeah, because they just, after Hurricane
One of the recent ones.
Irene, I believe it was, they came in and dug that out to do improvements back there. So they do it from time to time.
Well, but that was the village, actually. The village highway department did that, so that wouldn't reflect the county. But I think that there may be issues there that's probably why the referral was made, and I don't see that there's, again, going to be anything other than a local determination that's going to come out of it, but we will need to wait for that to either be, ignored or responded to.
But we could still do a decision, guessing in the event that it does come back with nothing.
We can do what we just did for Mr. Burke.
Yeah.
Mr. Counselor, is that something that we could do for this case?
Yes. Just for the record, before you get there, if you go there, the board should declare itself lead agency for secret purposes, and this is going to be a type 2 action. So once you've done that, there will be no further environmental review required, but the record should be created. So a motion to that effect would be in order.
That's what I was trying to do before.
You want to make that motion, Craig, that we are the lead agency and declare it's type 2?
I will make that motion.
All right, do I have a second? I'll second it. Andrew, how do you vote?
Aye.
Joe?
Aye.
Kevin?
Aye.
Craig?
Aye.
And I vote aye. So now, can we make a
You should review the
decision?
You probably should review the 5 factors so you have a complete record. And then
We can't close the public hearing, but we should do the 5 factors.
you can do that at this point.
Okay.
If you find that from members of the public next month, before the meetings close, if the findings have to be reviewed or revisited, you can do that.
Okay. All right. So in order to get an area variance, we need to answer 5 questions. You don't need to have positive answers to all of the 5 questions as you would for a use variance, but we weigh all the factors. And Mr. Hodges filled this out, so we either agree or disagree, and then we make a decision based on those 5 points. So the first one is, will the granting of this variance produce an undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood or create a detriment to nearby properties? Mr. Hodges says no, the building has been there since 1914 and has been maintained over the years until the business could no longer produce an income. I agree.
I agree.
I also agree.
Okay.
I agree as well.
All righty. Number 2, can the benefit you seek be achieved by some other feasible method other than the variance? Mr. Hodges says no. The business operated out of this building for over 18 years with a special use permit. Town will not reissue this special permit, so we are unable to use the building for our business, even if we would be able to reestablish the business. That's true.
Right.
I think the village wants to keep this a residential area. So that's, I believe, the purpose. I agree. Anyone else?
I agree.
Okay. Number 3, How substantial is the variance that you are requesting? And Mr. Hodges says, very. Since the building is not zoned residential, we cannot sell it as a commercial building. We owe state taxes that are now leaning the property, don't have the funds to pay unless we sell the building. The town and school taxes are too much for us. Yeah, I agree that the variances are quite substantial. However, the building's been there since 1914. Nothing's going to change other than it, to me, looking better and being
Yeah.
used.
I
And
agree
being
with
used.
that.
I agree.
And we've determined that there's no other logical, reasonable solution. You can't get to it without, even with tearing it down.
Right,
So
right. It wouldn't be feasible. I think that would cost him more. Okay, number 4. Will the granting of the variance have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district? And Mr. Hodges says the building has been there since 1914, will not have any additional effect.
Agree.
I agree.
I agree.
I also agree.
Okay, number 5. Is the alleged difficulty self-created? Mr. Hodges says no. The market crash in 2008 was the cause of us not being able to continue the business and occupying the building. Also, the fact that he was operating under a special permit and the village at this point will not reissue a special permit for this building or business. So
I agree with that as
in
well.
a sense, this is one of
I agree.
one of the few times we agree that it's not self-created. Usually it is. All right, so based on, all right, Mr. Dickover, you're gonna have to reword this for us again. Based
Right.
on the facts and findings and the comments and the 5 questions, can we make a motion to render a favorable decision to the applicant based upon this 239?
I'll make that motion.
How about we make a motion, the council be directed to prepare a
There you go.
decision
I knew there was
consistent-
something more.
So I'll make the
Consistent.
motion that we direct council to prepare a decision consistent with the findings and discussions of the board this evening to be rendered next month, binding on the reception of or a decision on the 239 referral from the county.
And I will second that.
All right, let's take a roll call here. Andrew, I love
Aye.
that. Joe,
Aye.
Greg,
Aye.
Kevin,
Aye.
and I vote aye. So what we're doing is basically what we're doing for the other applicant. We're going to wait for the 239 from the county. Unless there's something that we're not
Bizarre.
anticipating. You know, we will have a draft decision ready that will be favorable to Mr. Hodges. And then you two can confer with your business and do whatever.
We can be your neighbors.
That's right. Welcome to Woodbury.
We will welcome you to the neighborhood.
Great, can't wait.
Can't wait.
And I will definitely come by with a fruit basket because I'm walking distance away. So,
Excellent.
Is there anything more we need to do on that? We have to have a motion to keep the public hearing open until next month because we're waiting for the 2:30.
I'll make that motion. We keep the public hearing open to November, whatever. date.
11th.
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 All in favor?
Aye.
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 Oh, just, that was everybody, all in favor.
Who seconded that?
I seconded it.
Great. Thank you.
I was gonna say you, Andrew, but I wasn't sure.
Alphabetical, Andrew. There you go.
All right, so anything else for this applicant, Mr. Dickover?
No, that would do it for this evening.
Okay, so come back next month and we'll see what goes on. We'll see what happens with this 239.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
What if there is something with this 239? What happens then?
We'll just have to look at it
See
and
what they say.
see what it says, you know.
And they don't say much. so
Usually
I-
it's either local determination, which means that we get to decide, or if
Uh-huh.
they really have an issue, they'll make a suggestion on how it should be handled. But it's very seldom that they do that.
Okay,
Not saying that it couldn't happen, but we just have to wait for the county to come back with that.
okay.
Okay? All righty?
All right.
All right,
Thank you.
so we'll see you next
Karen,
month.
just one thing before are we ready to close? I just wanted to
Not yet, we still have, well, almost. Go ahead.
Don't
Nancy.
jump, Kevin, don't jump.
We're done. We can.
Yes, you can
You
go.
guys are
You guys can go, you're
We're
done, thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye.
Karen, can we get a handle on these 239s? It seems like every application.
I spoke with Maria and I said if it wasn't next to or near, the county road, state road, whatever, she didn't need to submit them. And she said that the county said, oh, it's important that you do that because we'd rather have you submit it and wait than not submit it and then find out later that it needed to be
So
submitted.
what happens if they don't respond by the next meeting?
Then we
That's-
get to make our decision.
It's the same as if they came back and said it's
Local.
local determination.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
thank you.
you won't have to wait 2 or 3, 4, 5 months. If they
Okay,
don't get back to us, we just move ahead with how we determine it.
okay, thank you.
These weren't even sent out till September 30th.
Yeah,
I mean, either we're gonna have to decide if you wanna just hold off on some of these ridiculous ones, or we shouldn't hear the application until that comes back. I mean, it's just, I don't want it to be a problem every
yeah, it
application.
does seem to come up quite frequently. I don't know what to do about it, only because I've spoken to Maria. I think perhaps this application needed it. I don't know.
Again, I suspect that this is a situation with the stream.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
so-
These guys deal with roads, they don't deal with streams.
No, they deal with waterways and water conservation as
Anything
well. So it's not just roads.
Right. If it's next to a park, a county park or whatever, the one we had over somewhere else next to a county park.
County parks, part of the issue.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
our council has run through the litany of the specifics many times.
Yeah.
So fundamentally, there aren't as many of these as we used to see, right? Because 2-3 months ago, we went through several where there were none. There were no 239 referrals done. So it's gotten better. Let's not jump to any conclusions. Let's see if this one was related to the stream and go from there. I mean, the bottom line is there's, and I think, Kevin, there's also a requirement that from the time of the application, there's a certain number of days leeway, if you will, for us to take action. So you can't wait for the 239 necessarily before you start the process.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what our attorney thinks about that.
Listen, the only thing that I'd like to add to this is that if it's required and you fail to do it, your decision on the matter is fatally flawed. It's a jurisdictional requirement that the referral be made and the 30 days be waited out if it's required. I think some of these may be sent when it's not required. Some building departments take the position that it's easier to send them than it is to figure out whether it is or is not required. And I think you then end up sitting here wondering whether or not it is or isn't. And I know since my short tenure with you that you've wrestled with that question on a number of occasions. But to err on the side of caution is the thing to do here, because it's a fatal flaw in your decision if you ignore the requirement when it is in fact required.
And honestly, I think that the scenario that we've painted with both of this evening's applications is probably the right way to go. That if we feel that it's a slam dunk no-brainer and would prefer that, that you draw up a decision that's consistent with what we found, then it's ready to go when we get the 239, or if it's not, and we've shaved an extra month off there already.
But I also think a couple months ago, we just went through where our attorney says, oh, no, you can't do anything unless that's back. And we tabled it for 30 days. We didn't even make a decision because we were waiting for that 239. And I just think that term makes everything a couple months long. And a lot of this stuff is minor stuff.
Well,
Luckily,
I think
the application withdrew his application in the meantime. But this was a couple months ago.
Well, Kevin, we can always send all of them to you to review, and then we'll put you on the hook if it's
I'm
something
not
that needs to
saying
be done.
that.
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
I just don't want
Classic, Greg, I got it.
time for months and
Thank
months.
you, Karen.
All right, that's enough. Let's go. I make a motion, we adjourn.
No, we have to see, that there's no building inspector's report. Deliberating on closed public hearings, we didn't close them, so we don't need to deliberate. We've already done the deliberations. Next month, we'll close and do decisions if those 239s are okay. Anything else? I make a
Now,
motion.
one
We
quick
adjourn.
one, Karen.
Joe, go ahead.
To Rob. Rob, basically, there's no way that we can go around the 239, as you said, right? That basically, it's the thing that we need to do, and to do anything less would be to fatally flaw the decision so that we could be taken to task by it. So basically, we have to do what we're doing tonight. Seems like a great way to do it, and just wait until it comes in. I cannot remember them saying much of anything in the over 4 years I've been on the board. Karen?
There was one application where they made a suggestion, but the suggestions they make are not always binding. Correct, Mr. Dickover? They make a suggestion that, perhaps you should look at this more carefully or not approve it or whatever. But it's not a
Right.
binding decision.
You seem to see more and more of that coming out of the department lately. There are non-binding recommendations. Frankly, most of the time when a board such as yours or a planning board sees that, they've already taken those factors into consideration. When they're only recommendations, it does not impose upon your board a supermajority vote. Whereas if there are binding recommendations done, you could not approve an application without a supermajority vote of your board. That would be 4 of the 5 of you would be required rather than 3. If you do not adopt the recommendation. I'm sorry, the recommendation.
Okay. Does that answer your question, Joe?
Yes, thank you very much.
Anybody else? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I make that motion.
Second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 I voted aye, Jess.
Maybe we'll get back together one of these days.
Yeah.
That's what you said last month.
I miss the meetings.
You won't have to log on if it's in person, right, Kevin?
Whose decision?
You sent me a
Madam-
link I couldn't hook up to, Karen.
I don't know why.
I think you clicked the link with the phone numbers, Kevin. I don't think you clicked the link for the Zoom meeting. There's another link for phone numbers down below.
Yeah, but nothing would give me the little hand when I went down.
The little hand.
You're
Madam-
talking to an illiterate computer person. You know, nothing about this stuff.
Madam Chair, who's going to make the decision for in-person meetings for this board?
When I do, basically. I haven't made a decision for an in-person meeting.
No, and it seems like this is getting worse again.
What do you mean?
The
Oh,
virus.
the COVID. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see.
So, I can't wait for the vaccine.
All righty.
All
I'll
right,
see you
everybody.
guys.
Have a good night.
Yes, thank you, everybody, for coming. I appreciate
Good
it.
night.
And thank
I'll
you,
see you
Mr.
next
Egan,
month.
for all your help. Definitely appreciate it.
You're welcome, Karen. Have a good evening.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right.
Good night, everyone.